Hey there, everybody. This is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap.
We want to thank all y'all that done give to the pages on
Patreon.
Yeah. Every cent that goes in there helps us keep this podcast here, keep it going, and also helps us down the road. We got a bunch of new podcasts planned. If you give $5 a month or more, you get an extra 20-minute podcast every week. And I'll tell you, I've been enjoying these a lot. I hope, when people listen to us, it's enlightening for them. But just doing this extra 20 minutes, hell, that's been enlightening for me. I'm learning so much. Tell people what they're missing.
People, if you have not been listening to 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap because you haven't given to us at the $5 a month level or more, you are missing out on a deep dive, cocaine and rhinestone style of the country music career of former Real People co-host.
Also star of Crystal commercials.
And star of Crystal commercials, Skip Stevenson.
Yeah.
We have, and just as a teaser, we have been corresponding with former manager and executive producer of Skip Stevenson's country music album, and she has given us a lot of great information, and we will be sharing a lot of that on today's 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap.
If you give $5 more a month, I know you're excited to hear that, and we're excited to talk about it.
The country music career of a former Real People co-host and stand-up comedian and Crystal commercial star, Skip Stevenson.
Yeah, and I have to say, Dunlap, I didn't know you had this in you. You almost like what you call private detective or something. If somebody hired you, I think that was an episode somewhere. I think, Rockford, somebody said, I want you to track down this old country. I think it was a country music star, maybe, but not so much an album. But we're trying to find the album because you can't find Skip Stevenson. Well, we know what Skip Stevenson did. He passed on.
Remember that part in Columbo when everybody's like, who is this annoying, ignorant, smelly-ass idiot?
No.
That's sort of where I stay, in that zone. And then just before, and then Columbo starts to catch on, and people are like, oh, okay, he's smarter than he looks, tenacious, like a street rat. I don't really get to that part. I just gotta stay in the annoying, smelly, I gotta get a big coat.
Well, I tell you, whatever you stay in, if you got a stink, it's helping you learn a lot about this Skip Stevenson country album, and I'm happy to share it on.
You know who would have been a good private detective? I know we're running this Patreon commercial a little long, but remember, who was the man? He started out here in Nashville on the TV.
Huh?
Very enthusiastic. They moved out to California, and he did his show out there, and he'd go to people's stores and be like, what do you got here? Oh, it looks like a gas station, huh? You pump gas in people's cars? What's that guy's name? You remember that guy, Jackie? On PBS.
Oh, he passed on too, right?
Yep.
I know you talk about Hauser. What's his name?
That's close enough. Hauser.
Yeah.
He would have been a good detective. He'd be, well, what's this? Is this your trophy room? Looks like you're a big game hunter. Like, yep. I'm several times a year. Like, wow, and these guns. Can I see these guns? And they're antiques, but I'm sure. Oh, it looks like they've never been fired. Or they've been made to look like they've never been fired. And then he gets them.
Yeah. He'd be good at that. Yeah, I'd watch that.
And then when the police show up, they're like, were you going to arrest him? You got putting the cuffs on him. I've never seen this, but you saw it last week, Hauser.
Hauser, that's a good name for a show,
Just
too.
Hauser.
That's Columbo or Hauser, either way, yeah.
What's this? Is this where you have all the abducted children? Get away from there.
Yeah.
This is a Burger King glass. I remember these. The Smurfs are on it. Oh, and down here, that's where the chains are.
Well, he'd figure it out.
He would.
Same as passed on, you can't give him this idea now, but I guess somebody else could do it.
He just did a podcast. You'd never have to see him. People think it was him.
Well, that's
I mean, did that sound enough like him to pass?
For me, yeah.
Well, that's all that matters when you're in a partnership.
Hey, look at there. You You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, everybody, it's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap. Welcome to the Red State Update Podcast. It's all terrible news these days. Ain't no good news, is there, Jackie? But let's go ahead and get some of the worst news out of the way. Here in Middle Tennessee, up in Antioch, which is between here and Nashville proper, there's a Waffle House that over the weekend got shot up by this crazy white kid. He's like 30 years old.
He ain't a kid, yeah, he's 30 damn years old.
Crazy white man comes in, starts shooting people. Could have been a lot worse, but a young hero.
Yes, sir, this young man jumped in there, and like, yeah, it could have been a lot worse with a gun like that, what he could have done. But this young man grabbed the whole of the barrel, burned his hands off, and got that gun away from this man. Bless his heart, this is a hero. Yes, sir.
James Shaw Jr.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Has not been invited to the White House.
Good for him, yeah.
And it's also probably lucky because, you know, what would he do then? He'd either have to go talk to Trump. Nobody wants that. He's been through enough.
Nope.
Or people going to get mad at him online.
Yep.
Either way.
One of the two, yeah.
Right now, he's just setting up GoFundMes.
He's doing it for this how you raise money for the victims in this terrible shooting.
So he set up a GoFundMe. We'll put up a link to that on the Facebook, and when we put up the info on the podcast.
Yeah, as if this young man hadn't done enough, he's trying to raise money for the victims. This young man is a hero. He deserves more credit than he's getting. He's getting a little bit, but I think he lucked out by Trump not saying anything about it. Yeah.
And also, the Tennessee Waffle House is on CNN, reopens and is donating 100% of sales to families of the shooting victims.
Good on them.
So you can go by there. Another way to eat and give money. Or you just give money to a GoFundMe to help the victims.
Some people may not like Waffle House food. I don't know who that'd be, but some people may not want to eat it. I do. I like Waffle House.
Be sure, don't go to the racist Waffle House in Alabama and give them your money. That's not where you want to go. Go there. If you're going to protest that Waffle House.
Don't want to eat there. Yeah,
don't want to eat there. That's where the police arrested that woman, and it was not good. But the one in Tennessee is where the hero is, where the shooting. You know what? Jesus Christ. What a terrible. Yeah, we got a hero. Let's focus on the hero.
Try to, yeah.
Waffle House giving money to victims. That's good. Yep. Hero. That's good.
Yes.
Alabama Waffle House, not good.
No.
White policeman arresting the woman. Oh, man.
It's always difficult talking about Waffle House these days.
That's it. That's just in general. You say, if you tell somebody, I went to Waffle House the other night, they know this is either going to be a good story or a bad story.
Well, yeah.
It's going to end one of two ways. It's going to be really funny, or it's going to be like, I saw somebody, like, it doesn't have to end in, like, protests and police brutality or, like, horrible mass shootings. Well, in America, I mean, maybe it does.
Well, looking that way lately, yeah.
I'm talking more about the stories where, and then Randolph passed out in the grits. More like that.
Oh, there's plenty of funny Waffle House stories. I heard many people, I could tell one or two, but I don't think it's respectful to do at the moment. I'll wait and save that for later. When it's safe to talk about Waffle House, I'll do it.
I don't know, Jackie. It may never be safe to talk about Waffle House again.
Well, that's the world we live in. That's just what the world. Yeah.
But hero, focus on hero.
Yes, sir.
GoFundMe, money for the victims for these poor young folks who were, Jesus Christ. Yeah, give them money.
Yep.
Whew. Can we talk about something lighter, like the alcoholic nominee for the head of the VA?
That's Jag, Dr. Jag.
Dr. Jag's what we call him.
Yeah.
I don't even know. What's his name? Oh, his name's Ronny. Oh, well, that explains it.
Well.
We were like, okay, now this guy's been around. He looks like a handsome. See, we fell for Trump disease, which is the guy has to look like the part you want him to play.
He looked like Jag, and I trust him
Dr. Jag.
Yeah. I thought he seemed like I didn't great when he said, the president at the moment was a picture of health. I don't necessarily believe that.
That's when things started to seem a little off.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, it all makes sense. Apparently they didn't vet him. But, of course, he served as White House doctor for several administrations. What does that mean, though? Do you have to vet the White House doctor? I mean, if the White House doctor, does it do anything else besides just be the White House doctor?
I don't know.
I mean, is this a position where other things can go wrong? If you know that the White House doctor is a drunk and is handing out Percocets, is that your problem as president? Are you like, Jesus Christ, I got enough to deal with? Tell Dr. Jag to stop pounding on that woman's door.
Yeah, that's right. He was banging on a woman's door late at night in one store.
That's not cool.
And the Secret Service come out and made him stop. They didn't want to wake up Obama. Now, this all under Obama here now.
You saying this is Obama's fault?
Well,
you sound just like a Breitbart comment section.
Well, I do not. I'm just saying if he was under his, well, now Bush, I love Bush, and he was under Bush too, I think.
Folks, if you're just joining us, a new listener to this podcast, Jackie Broyles is a longtime former Southern conservative Republican.
Well, they ain't any of those anymore, so I ain't Republican. I used to be.
But since Trump arrived and changed everything, now he's rethinking all his formerly long-held opinions.
Well, I don't know about that. I just hate that.
But he did hate Obama, and still does.
Yeah.
Although it seems like you're kind of warming up to him sometimes.
Well, that's about not warming up to him, just compared to, I voted for the devil as far as I'm concerned, because I thought that was better than Trump. I voted for damn Hillary Clinton. So, obviously, I think everybody be doing a damn better job. I could be regular mad, just like regular mad like we usually are in a politician. Everybody, no matter what side you're on, you get regular mad. But this is just, this like, what? I want to be mad, but I don't even know what the hell this is. What? I'm just confused.
It's like somebody threw a switch and plunked us into the shittiest video game ever. It's not even like it's like, and then I'll have a video game. I'm going to make everybody go sleep, and in their sleep, they're going to be plugged into the Matrix, and in that Matrix, they're going to power my worlds and be my mind slaves and all. No, it's just like the worst this fat-ass slob Yankees president.
Loudmouth, know-it-all. Yankee.
The worst person in the world. And somehow, we're all kind of okay with it.
I ain't.
It's not even a realistic simulation. And it's not even that good. It's just like this shit-ass is president.
Well.
Like President shit-ass, that's just a terrible video game. I mean, unless what you love more than anything is just watching liberals go, whoa, then I guess it's the best video game. So maybe, I guess it's just some alt-right asshole Pepe head made a video game so that liberals go, blah, oh, I am outraged, and like throw down their New York Times in disgust.
Well, video games like ColecoVision, right? Old on the TV.
I'm talking like Matrix, where everybody lives inside a video game dream.
Well, I don't even know what
is that what happened? I never saw the last two.
I don't see none of what you're talking
Speed
about.
Racer, underrated.
What is it?
Speed Racer.
I like race car, yeah.
Remember John Goodman's in Speed Racer?
He's good, yeah.
Is he okay now? Because he's in Roseanne.
Is anybody okay? That's in
I don't know.
Around here? Watch your mouth. I ain't to say that. that way.
But Dr. Arthur has been accused of, let's just
Now,
see.
don't call him necessarily Dr. Arthur, because Arthur was funny drunk. We don't know about this fella yet. Now, Arthur used to go banging on doors 3 in the morning. Remember, he had a poor girlfriend. It's been a while since I seen it, but it's fun. I mean, that's funny drunk. You
can't pound on a door, a girl's door.
Well, Arthur did it, and everybody
that
was laughing.
A long time ago.
Well, it was funny then, so I don't know if this was
I mean, I guess in a farce, if a farce called The President is Sleeping and you have a drunk doctor banging on, maybe it's sort of funny in a pre-Me Too kind of way, but I don't know, Jackie. I don't know. It sounds iffy to me.
It ain't particularly funny.
I wouldn't pitch it to nobody.
It ain't particularly funny to the woman whose door he was banging on.
Get that. He's pounding on okay, how about this? He's been drinking so much he really got to go to the bathroom, and he's pounding on bathroom door. How about that?
That's good, yeah. That's Arthur right there, yeah.
Secret Service tried to, my favorite year, but with the president's doctor, and Obama is sleepy.
Yeah. Well, we don't know, though, now. See, you're making me like him now when you say that, but we don't know if this is bad. He could be a bad, drinking man instead of a funny one. We don't
Dr.
know
Ronny Jackson, the White House physician nominated to lead the Veteran Affairs Department, provided such a large supply of Percocet to a White House military office staff member that he threw his own medical staff into a panic when it could not account for the missing drugs.
Good God. How did he... This is when the opioid thing crisis, and he'd given them out in the damn White House?
Well, who better to know how to handle it, Jackie?
Do you handle it by taking it?
A nurse on his staff said Dr. Jackson had written himself prescriptions, and when caught, he simply asked a physician assistant to provide him with the medication. Remember when the story's out on him was he stitched up his testicles?
That's old W had a name for him. Funny name. He had funny names. You say shit, I ain't gonna say it. I call him President Dumbass, which is still bad, so excuse my language. But he ain't good at giving names. None of those names make sense. But Bush made the best names. All of them were good. Every funny name he come up with was good.
And at a Secret Service going away party, the doctor got intoxicated. That's fine. And wrecked a government vehicle. Not so cool.
Well,
but what does that mean? Was it like a 3-wheeler?
I don't know what a government vehicle would be. A truck could be a lot of different
What
things.
if it was like one of them boats that had wheels on it, like a James Bond thing?
Yeah. He ain't high up. He ain't spy. He can't do... Well, Jag, maybe. Jag, doctor.
But Dr. Jackson told reporters that he had no idea where that's coming from. He denied the car accident. I have not wrecked a car, I can tell you that. He said, adding that we're still moving ahead as planned. Even Trump was like, I don't know.
I saw it. He was on there going like, well, if it were me, I wouldn't do it. It ain't worth it. He's the one that he was sitting there. If I were him, I don't know, because it's a mess the way they treat you and all that. But you put him in a damn position. Listen, anybody, if Trump wants to appoint you to anything, if you don't say no, more than likely your life will be ruined permanently.
Here's something else. If Trump nominates you to something, you're not qualified to do it.
Well, yeah, you should know that right off the bat, yeah.
But you're also not going to have the presence of mind, the self-awareness, or the intelligence to know this. So I could be telling you right now, but when you get up there, you still go, I could tell it to you face to face, and then you'll be like, well, I think I do a good job. Like, no, if he's nominating you, you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
You there's stuff in your past, they didn't vet you, or you're just like the opposite of what this task needs.
Just know it's going to wind up awful.
And then you'll be ruined also.
Yes, you will be ruined. It's going to be awful, and you ain't going to, maybe, if Fox News is still around, which it will be, maybe you get...
You can go on Fox News.
A little bit, but that's it.
Or you go on the Christian Network. There was an article about how the Christian Network, also based here in Tennessee, is basically Trump's new Fox News. So there's Fox News, and then little Fox News is the Christian network.
They pray for him and say God loves him and all that. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Huckabee goes on there, and John Voight reads a poem.
Yeah, I like old John Voight, but he could write a good poem about how much he hated Obama. He'd come on there and read it. Yeah, he was good.
At what point would it have stopped seeming weird that John Voight was going to be on the Christian channel? Like, Midnight Cowboy time, you wouldn't have thought he was going to be on the Christian channel.
No.
So, like, when would that have been that he, like, when he started showing up in, like, killer crocodile movies, or?
I don't know.
At what point were you like, oh, no, this makes sense? I'll be honest, it still doesn't make that much sense to me.
You don't have much, he's very conservative. A lot of people in the Hollywood entertainment industry, supposedly, they don't like to come out and say they're conservative. Frazier is, John Boyd is, but now this fella, and I don't know him, you was talking about him. You said Kanye?
Kanye West.
Yeah, now he, I guess.
Connie.
Well, I don't know what anybody's name is, so I can't pronounce it right. You got to tell me. It's Kanye, right?
Kanye West.
Yep. Well, he loves Trump, I guess, and people mad at him for that.
So Kanye West has been tweeting a lot. You got it. This is why they're such good pals, is because Trump and Kanye all love. There was a time when France and Kanye West would not exactly been lighting up the hearts of conservatives.
Nope.
And you're like, the president's going to talk to the president of France. The president of France just kisses his ass.
Yeah.
They're best buddies. The president went to France and saw a military parade. But like back in 2002, we'd been, what is that? Everybody running and hiding? What's a French military parade? You duck under the floats? Now, the president wants to have it up and down Washington, D.C. Avenue.
Yeah.
He loves France. I don't know about now because the president of France.
Well, he went up in front of Congress, said a few things I don't think Trump would care too much for. He said stay in the Iran deal, and I know he don't want to do that. And he said, what is it make the world hot?
Climate change.
Yeah. French agreement, Paris agreement, yeah. He said y'all gonna get back in that and made the Democrats happy, all holler and cheer, yeah.
So President of France is, I don't know if they're still best friends or not. I don't know if Trump has spoken out on this. Tomorrow, I'm sure we're going to learn a lot about how Trump feels about France today.
Now, he's a rapper, right?
He is a rapper. He was tweeting a lot today. He had a lot to say about President Trump. I'm trying to find a list of all he said because it's kind of crazy. He started kind of tweeting. He started tweeting some alt-right heroes, retweeting them, saying, hey, these people are smart. And now Kanye West, this is why I think he's actually gone over to the alt-right side, because like every alt-right person, he thinks he's the smartest motherfucker in the world now.
Watch your mouth.
It's all about free. So here's some good tweets. He's like, I love the way Candace Owen thinks, who is a right-wing alt-right. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't listen to it. I don't know what that is.
Then a guy who draws Dilbert, he was retweeting him because he's a big men's rights advocate, an awful person now. Actually, if you leave the politics out of it, but Kanye West tweeting a guy that draws Dilbert is crazy. And the president going, good job. So
now, I don't know rappers. I don't know all of the rappers, but the one way I knew this fella, you told me that this was this gentleman, this rapper said that he was the one said Bush don't like black people, right?
during Katrina, he was standing up there with Austin Powers, and he said, President Bush don't care about black people.
Yeah.
Then he also rushed the stage and took an award away from damn old, what's her name? Blonde little girl.
I don't know who the other people are.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Well, good. She didn't deserve no award. I don't like her. That's
sexist.
Well, they said she's country music. I don't think that's country music.
That's sexist. That's an old white man saying what's country music.
Well, to me.
The times have changed, Jackie. If you get on here and say Taylor Swift ain't country music, you might as well be riding in the back of Harvey Weinstein's Cadillac.
All right. Shut your mouth.
People can decide for themselves, thank you.
Well, I decided a long time ago what country music was, and I don't think that if you like it, that's fine.
You don't need to coot-splain
didn't say
to people.
Don't listen to it. I said I ain't going to listen to it. And if they're giving her awards for country song, she don't. Hey, Stop Loving Her Today won how many? 2 years in a row. That's a good country song. If they're giving her awards, that just.
You can't codger-splain. Look.
What?
So you're saying you like Kanye West now because he took an award away from Taylor Swift?
No, I didn't.
15 years ago?
I didn't say I liked because that. I didn't like what he said about George W. Bush. Now he could have handled. Bush W. And bless his heart, he was dealing with a lot, but he could have handled that New Orleans situation, better certainly. But I never heard him say that the Ku Klux Klan are good people, nice people in there. Bush never said anything like that, as far as I can remember.
No, nowadays, George W. Bush seems like Tina Marie.
Who?
I don't know if that tracks.
What is it?
So anyway, Kanye West has been tweeting a bunch of nonsense. It just sounds like an alt-right YouTube channel. And Trump also, I like your hat, or whatever, because he was wearing a MAGA hat. In a picture with Liar Cohen. Gets the gas face, if you ask me.
What?
Is that his name? How do you pronounce Lyor? Cohen.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's getting the gas face regardless. If you ask me, I'm giving the gas face to Kanye West, President Trump, the Kardashians, even though Kim Kardashian said she don't like Trump, but she defended her husband because everybody was calling him crazy and saying he was in the sunken place, which is from Get Out.
What is it?
Get Out, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if I seen
biggest
it
movie
yet.
of last year, probably.
I don't see all
most culturally resonant.
I don't see a lot of movies. I'll see it if it's good.
Well,
show it to me.
I'll tell you all you need to know about Get Out, Jackie.
Yeah.
It does not get the gas face.
All right, well, whatever that is, okay.
But P.W. Botha gets the gas face.
Who?
P.W. Botha? Botha?
Botha?
You get the gas face.
Why?
So, Republicans love France. Republicans love Kanye West now. Oh, people love Kanye West now. Folks, go to Fox News, and the crawl is just Kanye West's face stretched out. So, you see it. It's just, really stretched out. It takes you a second for your eyes to adjust to what you're seeing. They just stretched out his face. That's weird. But that's the crawl. It started out, I think what happened was it was just a bunch of Kanye West faces, and then somebody in the teleprompter room or whatever, somebody in control room was like, they messed up. It's all Kanye West. That's all they're talking about. They love Kanye West. They're talking about Kanye. It's Kanye West and Joy Reid right now. They love one and hate the other one.
I can't keep up with who I'm supposed to love, hate anymore. Wear me out.
Strange side switching. See, people, longtime fans of Red State Update, don't like a Jackie Broles that does not embrace Donald J. Dumbass Trump.
Well, I ain't sorry if that's what you want me to say.
But I do not understand how anybody expects a loudmouth Yankee to worm his fat-assed way into Jackie's heart.
Yep.
But to each their own. You know, it's all about free thinking and love conquers all. I love Trump and I love Hillary.
What?
No, that's what Kanye West says.
Well, that don't make any sense.
Dragon energy, Jackie.
What?
With love, I'm invincible. Truth is subjective. Now listen, though, give him a chance. But love is the most powerful force in the world, and the world needs to express more of it. I said express love because we have love, but we don't express it. My friend T. Mills will always say I love you, and it used to make me feel weird to hear that. Now I tell everyone I love them. He sparked me to start expressing love more. No race, religion, region, or political party can argue with the power of love.
Is this a long poem? What is that you reading?
That's what his life is.
I don't.
Listen, folks, I can't sit here and say that I understand Kanye West's thinking.
I don't
care if Kanye West loves Donald Trump or not. It worries me sometimes when a popular figure... Is Kanye West popular anymore, though? He's like 60 years old.
On Fox.
He's popular on Fox. I guess he's entering that Branson phase of his career.
When you get up to a certain age, yeah.
I don't mind if anybody... It's confusing to me. But if you love Donald J. Trump, I don't get it. If you are a popular figure in American pop culture... and you are giving people cover to indulge the worst parts of them, that's what concerns me. But, you know, you got to be a free thinker.
Well, yeah.
Jackie, would you say that your thinking is boxed in?
Boxed in? What?
If you just let your mind go...
I don't let my mind go. No,
you never let your mind go?
No, I don't let my mind go. That don't make any sense.
Well, that's why you think old-fashioned, like an old man.
Well, whatever it is, I need to think to keep on living, however much longer the Lord wants to keep me alive. Getting up in the morning, I got to think about that sometimes. So I ain't going to let my mind go, thinking go anywhere. I need it.
You need to take a trip, man. You need to start... doing some mind-altering drug goes.
Oh, shut your mouth. I ain't going to do no drugs. The whole country on drugs right now. I ain't...
You need to talk to Dr. Jag and see what he can set you up with.
I don't want to talk to him.
You're a veteran. When he gets in the VA, probably all you got to do is call him up and say, hey, man, you holding?
All that President, excuse my language, President Dumbass said, all I want to do is raise money, help the veterans. I want to help a veteran. I love the veterans most. Man, give him his Purple Heart. That's how much a man loves. Give him a Purple Heart. I remember that soldier give it to him. And I'm going to put this guy in charge of taking care of all y'all. This is how much I want to take care of all veterans. I'm going to put Jag Doctor, who does, let's say, he looks the part. That's true. He does.
He looks the part.
But if he's handing out pills and he's wrecking cars and he's doing all... No, it makes any damn sense.
He denies it. He says he looks forward to the hearings.
I'd be concerned if I was a serviceman, and I'm sure there's plenty of servicemen that like him, but it seems like all he wants to do is get you killed in some war we don't need to be in, or have this man look after you.
If there are hearings, a drunk doctor who wrecks cars is going to be funny to appear at the hearing.
Why would he do it? Is he completely innocent? He said he's going to go to this hearing. If any of this is true, there's no reason. Well, he may be drunk when he said that. I don't know. He'd probably what did you say you give him that Percocet? Take 2 Percocet and some tequila and let's get this show on the road.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean... the more we talk about him, the more fun he sounds.
Well, I don't know. Again,
I don't want to make light of a disease.
I don't either. And as funny as Arthur is in the movies, I don't want him running the VA.
Well, what if you had to be Arthur's butler? I feel like we talk about Arthur on this podcast.
Well, because he's funny.
That's true.
Drunk. Yeah, he's old. His old butler. It teaches him a lesson or two, I think. Yeah. He dies in it. But before that, them two's funny.
Together, yeah, they're funny.
Yeah.
Butler gives Arthur the gas face.
Hi, everybody. This Jackie Bro still on.
Folks.
Talking. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I just
No,
said
go
still
ahead.
on talking.
Go ahead.
What?
Well, finish your thought.
I talk usually, and then you say something, and then you run your mouth, and I, tell you to watch your language. I know how this works.
That's true, but you forgot the most important part.
What? Oh, hell.
Yep, folks, that's the joyous crack of a beer can. What this podcast is known for, across these luxurious 50 states. I don't know why they're luxurious or why I said that. Probably could have had a few.
Not all the states are.
No, which one's the least?
I ain't going to get on here and say
Mississippi,
that.
probably.
Well, see, and it wasn't necessarily going to say that, but
Fuck them.
watch your mouth.
Folks, if you're a new listener, this podcast is about news. It's about opening beer cans. And, of course, to pay the bills, aside from Patreon /.com point Red State Update. Also, we have to do our local sponsors.
$25 come from a sponsor. I don't have anything good to say about. I really hadn't even sunk into me yet how much I'm going through right now. I don't know how to do sponsor. It's Dog Duber, but it's not Dog Duber what it was. Earlier, I was riding dogs around for people who wanted the dogs to get some air, go to the park or wherever.
Like
go out
Uber
somewhere.
for dogs.
Dog Duber is what somebody said to call it.
Who said that? Because they're idiots.
I don't. You an idiot. You shut your mouth.
No, I ain't going to shut my mouth.
But let me tell you what. I don't even know where to begin. This is just pitiful as hell. First off, the dogs that I ride around that I'm responsible for, I'm the official dog wrangler for their performing dogs. They were active dogs, and it breaks my heart to say that they ain't anymore. It breaks my heart. These dogs were confused, sick in some way.
Because they were puking up ice cold blood.
Well,
that's one way.
They staring in the middle of the night every time.
3:17 a.m., 2 minutes past Amityville.
Well,
that's how creepy they are.
There's something traumatic happened to these animals when they were in the possession of Murfreesboro.
Yeah, possession. That's the right word.
No, don't start that.
Devil dogs.
No.
Haunted dogs.
No, they ain't.
H dogs.
These dogs were performing actor dogs. As good as Benji, as good as Ran 10, as good as Lassie, Boomer. I'd put all of these dogs up against any of them. And any other acting dog.
It's hard to think of them all when you on the spot.
It's Toto.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What about Flash from Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, well, he from Dukes of Hazzard. And then there's same kind of dog in Smokey and the Bandit.
And he named Flash too.
I don't think his name's Flash,
What's his name?
I don't remember.
Fred.
That's it, yeah. It was nothing funny like Flash or a funny name. It's just Fred.
Fred.
It's funny when anything Jerry Reed can say in a way it makes it funny. So he turned Fred into something like, what do you want to call a dog? I just call him Fred. I'll say it right.
Yeah, if I say that's true, they're like, just Fred? It's like, well, no, I'm saving my energy, but when I get up to performance speed, it's going to be hilarious. And it was.
This podcast we're wanting to do in the future, this would be like this. That we need to save this for that. Talk about
Folks,
that.
go to our Patreon, because when we get to a certain level of people giving us money to help us, I forget how Patreon, they can't say donation or give.
Because they're paying for a service that we're doing.
Partners. We're partnering with you and your billfold.
There you go.
When we get to a certain level, we're going to watch all the redneck movies. Redneck Matinee coming soon to a podcast holder near you.
I didn't mean to just start talking about that again. But
Well, it's important to remind people we're going to watch things like Smokey and the Bandit and
Gator, White
Lightning,
Lightning,
Gator and White Lightning, and
newer thing like Roadhouse. It's
yeah,
not
that's
really,
like 40 years old.
Well, it's still newer to me than the other.
Patrick Swayze's been dead longer than people graduating high school.
All right,
alive.
God rest his soul. To me, it just seems like a minute or two. I've been around for so long. I can't keep up with all. It's newer compared to them. But anyhow,
The Patrick Swayze generation are graduating high school this spring, and God go with you, folks. The post-millennials, the Patrick Swayze generation.
the what?
What were we talking about?
Just how awful the world is
Yeah.
in general. Everything's terrible. The world, and it don't do me any good to make it worse by talking to my little world, my stupid, dumb little world. Things ain't going good either. The real world's got real, what you call problems or whatever in the, But this here, just a personal thing, it breaks my heart. These dogs, they were talented, gifted animals. Didn't know they had it in them. I guarantee you they didn't know they had it in them. It ain't just cold blood you got in you. You got a gift that you need to share with the world. And these dogs, a lot of people shun these animals because they're confused, sick, or whatever's wrong with them. They shunned them. Dumped them in my house, my backyard. All these dogs, about 12 of them now. Well, now about 15 because the new ones from last week. But anyway,
How many dogs in Murfreesboro did you infect with the devil when you were dog
it's
doobling?
not devil. Yeah, I was dog doobling, and the people that lent the dogs or didn't lend them to me. They were paying me for a service driving around. They got whatever the acting dogs got. So now people wouldn't take them back. So they just joined it, which is fine. I had a place for them. Center stage left. You'll go, don't you worry. This ain't the rest of your existence. It ain't just going to be staring off into space and throwing up cold blood. We got something for you to do. We gave these dogs a purpose, and now it's been taken away. And it breaks my heart. Everything's gone. No, I was proud to be a part of something that was going to do a good show. It was going to bring people together. It was going to inspire people to either go into show business or fishing or being a veterinarian. This show, it had everything in it. But Sampleton is no more. Not going to happen. And it was getting good, too. It breaks my heart because it was getting good. The songs were good. I was excited. These dogs were doing good in it. Victor Mileage and I, he's a director. We had our differences a while back, but we were getting along great, and I could finally see, the artistry of him and how he does the magic of live theater, but it just breaks my heart. It was the story of Junior Sample's life, and these dogs were going to be a standout in it, and I tell you what, but now nobody's going to be in it because there ain't no show anymore. It makes me so damn mad.
So what exactly, this show, which was ripped off.
Oh, don't you start it. Things bad enough don't need to hear you mouth about
from me.
No.
The differences Jackie had with Victor Mileage were when Victor Mileage was filling my head up that we needed to have plenty of Junior Samples sex scenes in my Junior Samples musical one-person show.
No, none of that was going to be in this. No, if he said that earlier, he got his mind right and took all that out. This was a wholesome show. This was something the whole family could go see.
I was in New York City about halfway to a Tony Award. Going to put my Junior Samples show on up there. Then I heard about the unfortunate end that Vince Gill impersonator Boyden Dilltip met. He was the lead in the show. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to let bygones be bygones, and I'm going to put my future on a shelf, and I'm going to come back to Murfreesboro, and I'm going to star in Victor Mileage's Junior Samples ripoff show. And when I got here, he'd put my friend Raggedy Andy. You know Raggedy Andy?
It's Bilkins, Andy Bilkins.
Andy Bilkins in the lead. Not even me. Not me, the guy who created it, who come up with the idea of it.
Oh, hell.
he put Raggedy Andy in the lead
Wow.
after the death of Boyd and Dilltip and the departure of Vince Gill.
Well, look, let me tell you why all this, well, best of my knowledge, what happened with all this that I can remember. First, it all started with Miss Amy Grant, and I don't hold anything against her. I like she's a pleasant woman.
What was she doing in the show again, just to refresh my memory?
She was playing herself as a young girl.
This is Amy Grant, former Christian singer, pop singer.
Wife of Vince Gill. Who was in the show at one time playing Junior Samples and doing a hell of a job, but he was allergic to the dogs.
So why didn't she leave when he went into the nasal hospital?
Well, it didn't bother her. Dogs were fine with her.
But she was just doing it to have something to do while he was doing it, was the impression I got. She was just, what was she doing? She was
having a good time. She loved Junior Samples growing up, and that's the reason she was playing herself, watching TV, watching his life,
as a little girl.
As a little girl, she reaches up, it like pantomime or something, turning the knob, turning the TV on, she sits down, and she laugh or giggle kind of every now and then. She didn't have any lines or anything. She just, but she was showing how Junior Samples affected children in America that grew up on hee-haw and watched that, and how it made them feel joyous and feel good.
And her hair was up in pigtails.
Well, yeah, she dressed up like,
And sometimes she had
6, 7 years old, I guess. For some part of the show, she got a lollipop. Yes. But she said no. For whatever reasons, I'm not doing this. Well, I know what reason, but she didn't tell it right then. And I respect Miss Amy Grant. She's a wonderful singer, a wonderful artist. So this is not a personal thing with her. She's welcome to do whatever she wants to with her career. That's her call. And she got to thinking she wanted to take her part in a way. And it was this debate on this because Victor Mileage is taking this to court. So I don't know what it is. But I remember they were trying to find her something to do. Like you said, Vince Gill was in there, and she said, I'm having a good, you hear all the time you want to do something. And I think it was her that was telling the story about herself. I grew up watching him on TV. Maybe I could do it. And, of course, Victor Mileage loved that. So I remember it being her idea. Now, maybe they worked together and refined it some more. But she decided she wanted to do this show on her own.
She wants Junior Samples musical.
Well, I think there's some Junior Samples in it, but no, it's a show about her watching TV as a little girl. It's not just Junior Samples. It's her, taking her part of the Junior Samples show and making it its own thing.
That's a whole show.
Well, there's a lot on TV.
What is this? What I heard about on the radio? Little Amy Couch Potato.
There you go.
Amy Couch Potato.
That's what she wanted to do, and like I said, she's welcome to do that. Now,
let me get this straight. So this show is just Amy Grant coming out dressed like a little girl in a nightgown.
Well, not a nightgown, a little dress. She's 6, 7 years old. Was she?
Little dress, shorts, pigtails, with a giant lollipop still.
She can do it how she was. That's how she was doing it here. Now,
she comes downstairs. Turns on the television.
Whatever show.
Is there an actual television there?
It wasn't in ours. No, it was
pantomiming the whole thing.
Because the knob had to be extra big for her little hands. She had to act like, and she turned the TV. There was a sound that came on like click when you hear that on the speakers. And then she sit down and the show would start.
And she spun this off into her own theatrical extravaganza.
She's welcome to do. Now,
what is she watching if she's not watching Junior Samples?
I don't know. I overheard her said once when she was sitting there, she, had a lot to catch up on the Netflix thing she got. So I don't know. It could be anything.
So it's not even from her childhood. It's just watching Amy Grant. Watching Amy Grant dressed up as a little girl, pantomime a television, and watch her Netflix queue?
I'm talking about what she said. I don't know what it is. You need to go talk to Amy Grant.
I will after I see about a week's worth of performances.
Well,
because this sounds fan-fucking-tastic.
Watch your mouth.
And also, I bet Victor Mileage knows how it feels to get ripped off now.
Well, you're right about that because he's upset. And as soon as, she announced this, that's when he ended the show. And I said, what about the dogs? And he said, no.
Wait, what? He ended the show because, Amy, that was the least important part of that show.
Well,
it wasn't even in any of my drafts.
I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't say it to Amy Grant.
I mean, we never would have dared to hope that such a thing could have happened in any of my drafts.
Well, she decided, like I said, she has every right to. And then Victor Miles said, no, if she's walking, I'm walking. To hell with this. He threw a fit.
Really? Because Andy Bilkins was doing a great dance in Junior Samples, I heard.
He was. He was doing good.
He said the dogs were top notch.
Well, yeah, they were getting along. No allergic reaction to all the animals.
Wow, what else could you ask for?
And he had added dancing to it. And
he was a great dancer.
But yeah, he completely out. But he went back to work on laying concrete. But while bringing him up, we should go ahead and say God rest his soul. Andy Bilkins, he's no longer with us.
Passed away.
Well, he went. He went back.
I really thought that's why he shut the show down.
No.
So you're saying he shut the show down? Victor Mileage shut it down after Amy Grant left.
Yeah,
but before. The murder of Raggedy Andy.
Well, don't say murder. Nobody knows what that is yet now. They found him out in the clamshell, not both
the moonshine clamshell.
He was out
blood
there.
altar.
I'm assuming he went out there because he was, reminiscing about, his rehearsals and whatnot. Right. And then they found him out there. Now, and let me make this clear that even though he may have been sad about the night, no one's saying this is a suicide. Nobody said it at all.
No, because his veins were ripped out of him.
Why?
And arranged next to him in the shape of a crucifix.
All right.
That, to me, Jackie, sounds straight up like a gang initiation.
What? Look, I'm going to wait for the police to do their investigations before I start to jump to conclusions. But right now, it's filed under mysterious death.
Cold case.
Well, whatever.
I'm going to get on this and solve it.
Well,
cold case.
Somebody needs to, because I thought he was a nice young man. But, yeah, he was back already laying concrete. He didn't, Amy Grant
he needed that work. I mean, taken.
Well, Victor Mileage seems to think that this is his idea, so he dropped all the show, and, he said, I'm going to go to court over this, So
he's going to sue Amy Grant.
Well, I guess it's his plan, the last I heard.
And you are just still driving dogs around, infecting them with satanic influence?
No, this is what's pitiful about this. This is how something like this, it happens in your life, and then it just
snowballs.
It starts there, and it gets worse.
Oh, I know that sad tale.
And these dogs were doing so good. I was so proud of each and every one of them up on that stage, doing their job, playing the sick dog. The song was so good. Who's going to save all these dogs? Or how am I going to save all these dogs? This was going to be a good show. Mm-hmm. And I'm sad it's not going on. And these dogs were a big part of that. And I didn't know how to break the hearts. Tell them, you got to stay in the backyard now. So I took them home. Padre helped me get them on the backyard.
Now, Padre, he's still living in your backyard, too?
But he's on hard times, I guess. Whatever.
He was excommunicated from the Catholic Church because he couldn't get the demons out of the dogs?
Something like that. I can't even remember. I don't understand Catholic stuff. I don't understand.
Jackie has a long-standing feud with the Murfreesboro's Catholic town.
Well, I tell you, they put up harsh people. He can't go over there. Kicked him out. He ain't got a place to stay.
How's Priest's dog?
He's still like the others. I can't.
But Padre doesn't. He doesn't puke up ice cold blood anymore.
No, he hadn't done that. No, if it had, he'd gone to the hospital. Been a couple people that happened to them, and they had to go to the hospital and everything. All right, as far as I know. But I'm sitting back here getting these dogs ready, and of course, the next night, I know, when dog gets used to a ride. When he knows every day, that's when you let the dog in the car, you know how excited they get. Now, these dogs didn't get excited. They still just kind of acted peculiar. But they got in there, and all dogs like riding in a truck. But I wasn't there. I mean, I was there. I was inside the house. But the truck wasn't there. They didn't have no place to go because Victor Mileage decided just tear it all down. And bless these dogs' heart, they got loose, because I know it's because they wanted to go, it's time for us, it's time for the show, Jackie, where are you? I know that's what they were feeling. And now I don't know where they are. And me and Padre, it's still Dog Duber, but it's different now. I'm just trying to find him. And whoever's leaving these damn phone calls, to hell with you.
What do you mean phone call?
Man,
on your app?
On my app. They're calling in the Dog Duber app.
Your answering machine.
Leaving prank phone calls. Listen to this. This is pitiful. As if I'm not going through enough, you going to do something like this to me? My answer machine apps is full of that. It's not cute. It's not funny. So quick, Dog Duber now is just for going to find my dogs. I miss my H dogs.
I heard that the dogs are in the trees.
What?
I've heard many reports that around midnight, 3:17 a.m., people look up and they see the dogs perched with glowing red eyes that reflect the fires of hell up in the tops of trees.
Now
they feel they're being watched, and they hear some rustling, almost like little paws padding through the tops of trees. And they look up, and there's dogs.
Are you starting these rumors? Because somebody else was saying this, and I don't know if it's true.
It's true. Listen to your answer machine. It's full of the devil.
Oh, there's some kid got my phone number somehow. Banging
like
on.
that?
I don't know how anything sounds. You can do anything. I don't know. I barely was able to. It takes me 20 damn minutes just to figure out how to play my app answer machine.
And then you have to listen
to that over and over again. I don't know how to turn it off till it's done. So quit calling me.
I heard you were talking to Johnny Greenstreet's Get Out, not the movie, to help get dogs down from the trees.
I want me and Padre riding around in the truck, and we're looking everywhere.
I heard anybody who's got a cellar hears the dog down in the cellar, and they're like, "Oh, is that?"
Look for him anywhere. Just I don't know.
Is that Rusty? And they go downstairs, but Rusty's not there.
Huh.
But it's like 97 degrees. Or if they have an attic, they hear the dog up in the attic. I thought that dog run off from Jackie Broles, and somehow it snuck in the attic. And they go up in the attic. They're like, Blue boy. And they pull the thing down, they go up in the attic, and it's like minus 13 degrees and no Blue boy.
Well, I don't know about what degrees anything is. That's people hearing things. I
heard people see their dogs, their devil dogs that are up in the trees, out of the corner of their eyes. They turn around real fast, it's not there.
Now, look.
But they're always being watched.
You saying...
It's all across Murfreesboro.
Saying things about devil dogs, haunted dogs. This gives people an opinion these dogs have not harmed anyone. They're not, they're peculiar. They behave, they just seem sick and out of sorts. There's new diseases all the time. As far as we know, it's not. Keep your dogs away from them, definitely. If you have a dog
Jackie
and see
infected
them,
a lot of
well,
extra
it wasn't intentional, and I thought everything was fine. It just, I ain't a veterinarian. I know how to take care of dog, feed them water, clean it up. But some people's dogs, yeah. And I'm trying to find them, too, because they pretty much, they just kind of joined the rest of them. There's 12 now, 15, 16, something like that.
I heard it was about 77 dogs.
Oh, hell, it ain't 77. I don't know, my backyard to hold that many dogs. There's a lot. It could be up to 20. I don't know.
I heard it was 666 dogs.
Oh, shit. Watch your mouth. Mine will watch mine, too. Just you running yours, saying making up. Look, I'm worried about my dogs. I won't find them. I appreciate Padre. if you want to help find these dogs, call Dog Duba and I hate to keep asking for donations, but whatever you can do to help me find these dogs. Don't donate no money. Just go out there and look for them. If you have any clues, anything, call my. Don't give me no old crazy calls. Just call and say, I think your dogs may be here. I think I saw a dog there. I don't need any contribution from you. Just help me find them. And I don't know how, but I'll find some way to get those dogs back where they belong.
So you ruined the town's dogs.
What?
Congratulations.
That was Murfreesboro Police Department. If I did, I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Oh, that's right. You said these dogs never harmed anybody, but remember back when they had them guns strapped to them?
No, never.
That was like 4 mass shootings ago.
Never got one on the dog.
I don't even know if that happened these days. I got a sponsor this week, Jackie.
Yeah.
And since you ruined dogs' lives, it makes sense that you would also ruin mine.
Why?
You and your little friend, Victor Mileage, who's going to spend time suing Amy Grant, which sounds like the devil to me.
Well, he ain't no friend of mine right now.
I lost one of my best friends, Raggedy Andy. You know, Andy Bilkins.
I know who Andy Bilkins is, yes. He
looked like Raggedy Andy, had that red hair.
God rest his soul. He had part of his nose missing that looked like a dog. Yeah. But he's passed on now. God rest his soul.
Did Raggedy Andy wear overalls?
Our condolences to. He did sometime. Well, he was in this. He was Junior Samples.
But I mean, the Raggedy Andy, the doll.
I don't remember what a doll wears.
He maybe had a checkered shirt. You don't know what a doll wears?
Not a particular one. They usually got a little dress on or something. A doll, I don't have dolls.
That's good, because things are creepy enough.
What?
Can you imagine, folks, going to Jackie's back room, like, don't go back there. It's just full of dolls. When you open it up, it's just full of porcelain dead eyes staring at you.
I don't have any of those. Some of those, I've seen it on, TV where they're trying to auction it off or figure out, how much it's worth. Some of them dogs worth some money, but I ain't got time to get into that.
Miss Broles never wanted any of them dogs.
She ain't care nothing about that.
Dolls is a good thing. Dolls don't figure into this. Dog. That's hard to say. You get mixed up. Doll.
You was one to talk about Raggedy. I call him Andy Belkins, but, he favored the face. I do remember that because of missing the triangle nose.
I've lost a lot of friends recently, Jackie. Remember Cindy Hatchett, the drama teacher? Well, the newest one. But, I mean, she was older. She'd gone back to school. But remember her?
I thought she's up in New York City.
The only one who'd give me the time of day with my Junior Samples musical, and she drove her car with me in it up to New York City to follow my dream, and then she gets a job in Smooth Up Inya, the Bullet Boys and Inya jukebox musicals, because they didn't think they had enough to make two. Anyway, she's still up there, shacked up with the lead singer of the Bullet Boys, who's playing the lead singer of the Bullet Boys in this musical. Jackie impersonator. We should go check on Zesta. Have you been over there?
I ain't seen Zesta Barker Ranger, Zesta's friend. I miss them. I got to find these I gotta find the ace dogs first before I go see them.
You really hurt a lot of dogs in your life.
No, I didn't hurt them. I'm trying to save them. The dogs would be living in the street if it weren't for me putting them in the backyard. Hurt no damn dog. Trying to help them.
So I stole Cindy Hatchett's car and I drove back here to star in to help out Victor fucking Mileage.
Did you say that she died? Cindy Hatchett died? You said a bunch of people died and you started talking about her.
I left her up there.
She ain't
I
dead.
said I lost a lot of friends. I mean, I lost her as a friend because she's fucking the Bullet Boys and I stole her car.
Well,
I lost Jackie impersonator.
Well, we just talked about Andy Belkins dying. I thought you were saying she died.
No, he died. The others more like misunderstanding.
Well, I'm glad they're all right.
Like, I don't like Jackie impersonator because I'm jealous of him because he's making $7,000 to $10,000 a night doing Still Jackie in Times Square.
I don't understand it.
Not Statue Jackie because he can still move a little bit. And people get up, smell his beard, he chases them with, People People love it. Fucking tourists, man.
Watch your mouth.
I was working at the Dodge's. Oh, the sponsor is Dodge's tater log store. Yeah. They got locations in Times Square and in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Go get you a tater. They got tater logs.
I don't know how they are up there, but I like them here.
They cost $15. They ain't that good. Down here, they're pretty good. So I'm back here working again. And every night, and I'm not going to do this anymore because it's humiliating, but my sponsor is Junior Samples Tater Log people.
What?
Junior Samples Tater Log people, every night after my shift is over at Dodge's, I go back by the dumpster and Tika, she's been looking for something to do ever since, keep her mind occupied. She shines headlights on me, and I take the throwed away tater logs, and I stick cigarette butts.
What?
I stick cigarette butts in them for arms and legs. And those, as Junior Samples and the people in his life and the dogs he wants to help. Because, folks, I don't know if you know this, but the story, the major point of Jackie Samples. Oh, that's pretty funny. Like a really fat Jackie.
All right. Enough.
Oh, hell. I called a fish. Oh, that's just Sling Blade. So I guess Jackie Proles and Junior Samples together is Sling Blade.
That's a Sling Blade.
That'd be a better show. So I'm just out back putting this show on. I took it up to New York City. I wrote it on Dodge fucking napkins.
I don't understand. What are you talking about?
And I'm like, I'm going to put this on. So every night I do the show with tater log people with cigarette arms, and I sing the songs. I got to help all of these dogs. And nobody comes.
Well, nobody gonna sit around and watch a man play with garbage. Why would anybody do that?
I put up a Facebook page, and I said, comp tickets, let me know if you need a comp. Otherwise, it's $25 at the door. There's no door because it's just out by the dumpsters. Maybe that's what threw people off. I don't know. Because nobody has showed up except for Tika. And one night, she just left the car running with the lights on.
Well, she's distraught. She don't,
And she went to the borough. And then the battery run down. That's the other thing. Battery runs down. So you need 2 cards and some jumper cables, cigarette butts, a bunch of throwaway tater logs, and one heck of a musical.
Oh, hell. You wasting time. Come help me find these dogs. You don't need to be playing with garbage. Nobody needs to come watch you play with garbage, and you ought not play with garbage. Do something useful with yourself and help me get out and find all these animals.
Mickey Rooney wouldn't waste time looking for dogs when he had a show to put on with Judy Garland.
What?
And that's who I'm like, Mickey Rooney, except not as racist.
No, Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland weren't tater logs. No, you're playing with garbage. No, that's not anything. That's crazy talk, whatever. I'm worried about you. Let's go find these animals and we'll get you some help.
No, I don't need help. I need an audience. I need a grant to put on my musical.
Grant?
And I need, just some adulation. I've been told that I deserve people to serve me as an audience. What? Somebody in 2nd grade told me I had a special talent.
You had lost your damn mind.
And I deserve an audience. I deserve to inflict my Junior Samples musical on people. Now, maybe they don't have $25 to give me for a ticket. That's the same price as sponsoring this show.
Hell.
So maybe I told them the comps were available. I told them I was out by the dumpster. I told them there was free tater logs when all was said and done. Where else do you get a musical where when the show's over, you get to eat the leading man?
Well, you got cigarette butts in it. Nobody's going to eat.
And then smoke his arms.
You want to eat some garbage.
Well, I guess, Jackie, what you represent is that Broadway pander to the tourists. Let's put on another revival of My Fair Lady bullshit.
How?
And what I am is a fucking artist.
Hey, watch your mouth. I don't care anything about My Fair Lady. Whoever said you was talented because you play with garbage didn't know what the hell they talk about. They probably out there playing with garbage right now themselves.
It was the elementary school janitor, and I was playing with garbage.
Well, that's his job.
And he said I had a talent for playing with garbage.
Hey, you had a talent to be a damn janitor, not play songs with the garbage.
Wait, are you saying, what the fuck? What if I misinterpreted this for years?
Watch your mouth.
Are you saying that maybe instead of a brilliant, of either a high off his ass layabout who cons beers off you in your country market, or
you ain't got to remind me,
a brilliant playwright, that there was actually the correct answer was C, janitor? That to me sounds a little elitist. Like you're saying janitors aren't as important as authors of musicals.
You wouldn't make it. That's even crazy, because you wouldn't be a good janitor either.
No, they work hard. I mean, let me tell you what's hard. Squatting on a loading dock behind Dodges and belting out a couple of numbers in Junior Sample's voice, making sure that cigarette butts don't fall out of a tater log.
Wow.
That's hard.
No.
Being a janitor is hard. The easy part is the part where I was just a layabout who was high and cussed a lot and made you mad. Maybe I should just do that.
That's all you ever done. If you take it going from that to playing with garbage in the alleyway, I think you've taken a step down.
Also, this is the longest I've ever had a job working at Dodges, so this seems a little out of character. All right, fuck it. We're done.
Watch your mouth.
No more musical. I'm not doing it. Victor Mileage isn't doing it. If you want a musical, I guess you go see Amy Grant, which is only without songs.
Maybe she's watching something on the TV. There's a song on it. There's theme songs, different shows. Who knows? I don't know. Go see it if you want to.
So I guess our sponsor is Little Amy Couch Potato.
Well, no, she didn't give me $25. I mean, she's Amy Grant. She'll be fine. She don't need to.
And she doesn't need advertising.
No, she don't need advertising. She do.
All right. Well, my last show's tonight then, so come on out and see that. And then after that, I'm done. I'm going back to my old ways with no ambition.
Before you go back to your old ways, get in the truck with me and Padre. Let's go find these dogs. Come on now.
I'm going to be honest. That sounds scary as hell.
Anybody listening on here, if you've seen anything, know anything, call me on my ancient app phone answering machine, and don't act a fool on there. Just help me find these dogs.
Now's the time that we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send, if a stamp to us
don't make any sense. Cats get in trees. Dogs don't get up in trees. None of that makes any sense. And you didn't start that rumor because there's I've heard that from 3 different people, and that don't sound right to me.
Does Padre still have his cross with him?
Well, he's still a priest, whether Catholics think he is or not. He got a cross somewhere on all of them. I don't know.
Does he still got that bottle of booze?
Well, I mean, sometimes, yeah.
Where's he at? Maybe I will ride around with y'all.
Well, he's in the backyard right now. I got to get home and get him in the truck. We got to go. If you won't come help us look, you come on. All you got to do is just hang your head out there. You can either ride in the back, ride in the cab, hang your head out, and just holler for them dogs.
Can I just lay in the cab and take a nap?
No.
How would you know?